Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard the Men HIL Express as we take off from the bustling streets of Chennai straight to the heart of Ranchi. Fasten your seatbelts because the first Ranchi leg is ready for takeoff and we're cruising at full excitement. Expect a smooth journey filled with thrilling goals, sharp passes, and nail-biting action. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
And the deflection is there, and it is the Tigers who've taken the lead. And there is the opening goal. Oh, he has got the goal, and they do have the lifeline. Oh, the perfect pass, and that is a great goal. क्या टैप था जंप लगाते हुए हवा में
The first match for the men's here in Ranchi, and it went right down to the wire with Vedanta Kalinga Lancers walking away with the bonus point. Hello and welcome, I'm Surbi Vaid, and alongside me I've got Arun Venugopal and Nikki Lloyd. Welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you so much.
Now, what a first match we've had for the men's here in Ranchi. It went right down to the wire, like I mentioned. A shootout again, we're getting used to it now.
It's a happy habit that all these teams, Ranchi and Shootout, seem to be having an incurable love affair, and boy are we loving it. It was a terrific game really, but for me what stood out was the fact that HILGC couldn't get a single penalty corner in regulation time, and that's something that also had Nikki raising her eyebrows as well.
It did. Yes, it was a shootout win. Yes, it's what the crowds love to see, but I don't think tactically either team captain or coach will be happy with their performances.
You won't be happy either because your prediction didn't go right over there, and I'll keep mentioning that and reminding you that. But in hindsight, how important was the equalizer that came via Hendricks?
It really was. It was shut down so many times, as we see. We'll just see those beautiful saves again by both of the goalkeepers. We saw Snowden and Mazzarello working tirelessly for their teams. It really is the mark of a strong goalkeeper when they're called into action like that, and you saw Snowden there getting the congratulations from his team, which was totally deserved.
Just a word of praise for Dred Snowden, especially because he was in the cold for the better part of the match. Hadn't really had the opportunity to do so much in regulation time, but come out the penalty shootout time, he really stood up and lifted his game up, which is what a head coach really wants.
Yeah, and they held their nerves really well for them to walk away victorious from here, even though that win came via shootout. But first loss for HILGC. What went wrong for them?
How much time do you have? No, no, but I do believe they're a great team. Yes, they leave themselves open and exposed in normal time to those counter-attacks. For me, when they were on the attack, they didn't have the structure. They just seemed a bit cagey. They wanted to move too quickly, and it means that they didn't have the correct communication or the D structure from their forwards. They were too flat.
Yeah, and now they would be thinking what next to do in their, what there to do better in their next game, because tonight obviously they couldn't get those 2 points, or rather those 3 points that they came looking for. But if we take a look at the points table, now Vedanta Kalinga Lancers right at the top over there. They started on the third number, if I'm not wrong. They were third on the table, but now they are right at the summit.
Indeed, and it's a match that HILGC as well as Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons, they'll watch closely as well, the goings on, because it's awfully close at the top. It's too close for comfort, if I may. had, because the Vedanta Kalinga Lancers, by virtue of this win, are now on top. But that's also mean that Tamil Nadu Dragons from 1 have slipped to 3. HIGC continue to hold on to number 2. But hey, anything could really happen in this league.
Yeah, anything could really happen at that points table that keeps changing. But right now, Vedanta Kalinga Lancers would be the happy ones.
I think, yes, ultimately they couldn't convert. They got the equaliser through Hendricks. It was a masterful penalty corner, it has to be said. And then they held on and they got the 2 points needed. So of the two teams, they will be the happier for sure. But I think both will rewatch this game with their technical and analysts looking over it and see how can we be better.
And a lot of credit for that goes to Alexander Hendricks, because that goal in hindsight, I'll keep reminding you guys, was very important, because otherwise the matter wouldn't have gone to the shootout.
He effectively settled the issue there, and he came with a reputation, had 3 goals in his kitty already, is again a contender for the Neon Sox, and this one was rocketed into the backboard, and it's such a delight for a drag flicker indeed, Nikki.
It was, and the difference was this was like the 4th or 5th penalty corner. He shifted from the near castle to the far whilst the ball was being injected, and that's really confusing for the number 1 runner. Opened up the space, and then he split the goalkeeper and the post player.
And with that, he now has 4 goals in this tournament so far, which means he's climbed that table. We're talking about this one. Now, he's on the 2nd spot, not too far behind Kane Russell over there.
Yeah, Kane Russell, 6 goals from those double hat-tricks in 2 games. He's so recognisable for his skill, but yes, like you say, those neon socks. Alexander Hendricks, though, he wants them.
I wouldn't blame Kane Russell if he's cross with his teammates for not securing a single PC opportunity, because he was really looking good for more. The kind of form that he's come into this fixture, he was looking for a few penalty corner opportunities. He did really well in the back line, but they failed to get at least a single PC opportunity, which looks rather jarring.
That's got to be a very big takeaway for the Vedanta Kalinga Lancers. They stopped HILGC from conceding even a single penalty corner. But reminder for all the viewers that there's one more match to go, as the Ranchi Royals will be taking on the Ranchi Bengal Tigers in a very short time. And obviously we will talk about this match with both our experts on the other end of this short break.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard the Men HIL Express as we take off from the bustling streets of Chennai straight to the heart of Ranchi. Fasten your seatbelts, because the first Ranchi leg is ready for takeoff, and we're cruising at full excitement. Expect a smooth journey filled with thrilling goals, sharp passes, and nail-biting action. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
And the deflection is there, and it is the Tigers who've taken the lead. And there is the opening goal. Oh, he has got the goal, and they do have the lifeline. Oh, the perfect pass, and that is a great goal. क्या टैप था, जंप लगाते हुए हवा में।
हम आउटकम के बारे में नहीं सोच रहे, बट हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी यही होगी कि हम अपनी एक अच्छी हॉकी खेलें, और जैसे हम पहले 2 के मैचेस हम खेल रहे थे, हम वैसा ही खेलें तो काफ़ी अच्छा होगा हमारे लिए.
We probably haven't been the best team in stats, but we've taken our chances, we've capitalised on that. I'm sure all the teams do, but we've also got a really good culture, so we know everyone's going to fight for each other and support each other on the field. The Lancers are especially a good team. I think it's whoever turns up on the day must have paired, and we know we'll give it a good fight either way. So I'm sure it'll be an exciting game.
जो बेल्जियम टीम का फ्री मैन खेलता है आर्थर वैन डोरन, ही इज़ वन ऑफ द बेस्ट एथलीट्स इन द वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ, तो वो काफ़ी अच्छा उनका है, तो हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अवॉइड करेंगे कि हम उसको अवॉइड करें और साइड से अटैक करें। जो भी हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी होगी हम उसके ऊपर ध्यान दें और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ये है कि हम पहले फर्स्ट गोल करें।
This iconic Marangom ke Jaipal Singh AstroTurf Hockey Stadium is getting ready for the second match of the evening as the Ranchi Royals will take on the Ranchi Bengal Tigers in a few minutes time. Now both these teams are coming into this match on the back of back-to-back losses. For Ranchi Royals, they've still not found their first win. For the Ranchi Bengal Tigers, they've won their opening match, but since then they've lost 2 matches. So a lot's riding for both the teams on this match. How do you see this one playing out?
I think it's going to be really tough. The Royals, their structure needs some real work. They want to make sure they focus on that so that it doesn't become a systematic issue for them. For the Tigers, on the other hand, yes, their defensive cohesion and their transitions have lacked in occasion, but for me, they've got more firepower.
Yeah, and they would want to rely on that today. Let's take a look at the points table and see where these two teams are placed as of now. Ranchi Royals without a single point, right at the bottom of the table over there, Arun. And then you've got Ranchi Bengal Tigers. They are also in the bottom half of the table.
I think Ranchi Bengal Tigers, being the defending champions, got off to a rollicking start with that 3-1 win over JLW Sulma Hockey Club. But Ranchi Royals would consider themselves a tad bit unfortunate. They were really good for the most part against the Hyderabad Tufans, but then towards the final part of the game, they were just found a tad bit wanting, and the Hyderabad Tufans, by virtue of their experience, scampered home. But this could very well be the game where the Royals turn things around.
Yeah, and they are back at their home because Ranchi Royals अब रांची आ चुके हैं. क्या पता उनकी किस्मत यहाँ आके बदल जाए. वो भी कुछ इसी बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. आइए देखते हैं.
रांची में जब भी खेलते हैं और अलग ही मज़ा आता है, क्योंकि रांची में जो क्राउड होता है, और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि होम क्राउड है हमारा ये. बहुत अच्छा लगता है खेलना, अच्छी मोटिवेशन मिलती है यहाँ से. देखा जाए लास्ट हमने 2 मैच अच्छे खेले हैं, 2-1 और देन 2-0 की लीड के साथ भी खेले थे. हैदराबाद के साथ स्टिल 3-2 लूज किए हैं, पर सीधे अच्छा हमारा अगर देखा जाए टीम बॉन्डिंग अच्छी है, और बिल्कुल अभी रांची में आए हैं और जो जो हमने मिस्टेक्स किए हैं उसके ऊपर हमने वर्क किया है, और अभी आने वाले जो मैचेस में हम अच्छा करेंगे.
He was mentioning the same thing that Arun spoke about. They played that game really well but didn't get the result that they wanted. But now that they've come to their home, to Ranchi, they are hoping for their fortunes to change, Nikki.
They really are, and they'll try and utilise the crowd, the momentum, that extra player on the pitch, as it is known, to help lift them. But I think it's going to take a lot more than just some cheering from the crowd to help this team get the points that they desperately need.
Yeah, and their captain would be looking for that as well. Tom Bone आज इस टीम की कप्तानी करते हुए नजर आएंगे. हमने बेल्जियन सुपरस्टार से बात की इस मैच से पहले. चलिए उस पे एक नजर डालते हैं.
Tom, welcome to Ranchi, and yes, this is kind of your home stadium. Not the best of starts to the tournament, but here's an opportunity to turn things around. So what are you and your team looking forward to?
Yeah, of course, we're really happy to be here. Like you said, our home pitch. Yeah, we try to make things look better. We lost the 2 first games, but yeah, we showed some good hockey. Now let's try to play good for 60 minutes and to try to secure our first win.
Anything in particular that you are looking forward to improve upon?
Yeah, I think we started the two first game pretty good. We came up early in the game. Yeah, we just need to play the second half quite better, I think. And if we can be more consistent, it's gonna help.
As you start your campaign here in Ranchi, we wish you the very best.
Thank you very much.
They are looking for their first win here in Ranchi in front of their home crowd. Now, for them to get that win, what do they need to do differently, Arun?
I think it's going to be a clash between two eminent drag flickers. Tom Bond on the one hand will go up in a very, very delicious matchup with Jugraj Singh for that matter. And also watch out for Arayjit Singh Hundal, who will play a pivotal role. He's coming back from an injury. He's a standout player, has played at the junior level, at the senior level as well. And he will be the one who could be an able ally to Tom Bond.
Now, there's one more Tom that will be in action today, and that Tom is from the other team. That is the Ranchi Bengal Tigers. We caught up with him also ahead of this match. Let's take a look at that.
Tom, it was a tough start in Chennai, but this is a new venue and the possibility of a fresh start. So how are you and the team looking ahead to this leg?
Yeah, you're right. We had two strong matches. Last two were both not easy for us. But I think we can restart here in Ranchi, and we want to win today.
Anything in particular that you're really focusing on?
We're focusing on our game, on our strength. We played some good hockey. We just didn't win, so I think it's going to be a second win today for us.
And we wish you the best and have a great time in Ranchi.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. All the best.
Both the Toms are hoping for the same thing. He is also hoping that the fortunes might change here in Ranchi, that they might get their first win here, Nikki.
Yeah, and I think they will. For my prediction, I'm going to definitely favour Tom Grambush over Tom Bone at the moment. Attacking transitions that the Tigers are able to demonstrate, I think for me will give them the edge, as opposed to the Royals. They're desperate for that win. And yes, that can give you momentum as a team, but it can also mean you overcommit and leave yourself a little bit wenting at the back.
Now, that is the biggest question. Who will walk away victorious from here? Because both the teams have come here with a lot of hope that they might get the win that they are looking for here in Ranchi. Who will walk away with that win? We'll find out very soon. But right now, it's time for a short break.
हम आउटकम के बारे में नहीं सोच रहे, बट हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी यही होगी कि हम अपनी एक अच्छी हॉकी खेलें और जैसे हम पहले दो के मैचेस हम खेल रहे थे, हम वैसा ही खेलें तो काफ़ी अच्छा होगा हमारे लिए.
We probably haven't been the best team in stats, but we've taken our chances. We've capitalised on that. I'm sure all the teams do, but we've also got a really good culture, so we know everyone's going to fight for each other and support each other on the field. The Lancers are especially a good team. I think it's whoever turns up on the day must have paired, and we know we'll give it a good fight either way, so I'm sure it'll be an exciting game.
जो बेल्जियम टीम का फ्री मैन खेलता है आर्थर वैन डोरन, ही इज़ वन ऑफ द बेस्ट एथलीट्स इन द वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ, तो वो काफ़ी अच्छा उनका है. तो हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अवॉइड करेंगे कि हम उसको अवॉइड करें और साइड से अटैक करें. जो भी हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी होगी हम उसके ऊपर ध्यान दें और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ये है कि हम पहले फर्स्ट गोल करें.
रांची में जब भी खेलते हैं और अलग ही मज़ा आता है, क्योंकि रांची में जो क्राउड होता है और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि होम क्राउड है हमारा ये. बहुत अच्छा लगता है खेलना और अच्छी मोटिवेशन मिलती है यहाँ पे. देखा जाए लास्ट हमने दो मैच अच्छे खेले हैं, 2-1 और देन 2-0 की लीड के साथ भी खेले थे. हैदराबाद के साथ स्टिल 3-2 लूज किए हैं, पर सिर्फ अच्छा हमारा अगर देखा जाए टीम बॉन्डिंग अच्छी है और बिल्कुल अभी रांची में आए हैं और जो हमने मिस्टेक्स किए हैं उसके ऊपर हमने वर्क किया है और अभी आने वाले जो मैचेस में हम अच्छा करेंगे.
As these two teams are battling on the field, the match officials for this game are match number 12, which is happening between Ranchi Royals and Shootout Bengal Tigers. Ranchi, shot Machado!
A very good evening from the Maran Gomke Jaipal Singh Stadium in Ranchi. The Men's Hero Hockey India League has moved from Chennai into the heartland of Ranchi in Jharkhand. And tonight, the second match you're going to enjoy is the Ranchi Royals looking for their first win, taking on the Shootout Bengal Tigers looking to get back to winning ways. Take a look at the weather now. I can tell you it's a lot chillier than it was in Chennai. 13.6 degrees at the moment. Humidity, I'm not sure it's 54%. It doesn't feel like there's any humidity there. And the wind speed, well, that's pretty irrelevant. There's hardly any breeze out there, so that's not going to have any bearing whatsoever on this match. Manpreet and Mandi, two very close friends, grew up very near each other in the Punjab. Arajit Hundal, well, he'll be looking to get amongst the goals. Tom Bone will be looking to continue his scoring in the tournament. And Tom Grambush will be looking to get goals from the penalty corners, as will be Christopher Ruhr. Promises to be an entertaining match, and certainly with the Tigers strip, it's going to be a strip that you'll never forget. They really are coming out. Tigers by name, Tiger by nature. Well, we're going to go pitch side now for the toss of the coin.
It's time for the second match of the day. Ranchi Royals up against the Shootout Bengal Tigers. I'm joined by both the captains, Jugraj Singh and Tom Bone, along with the on-field umpires, Zeke Newman and Deepak Joshi. They've got the coin. Let's flip it.
Red or black? Red?
Red it is. Jugraj, toss जीत लिया है, क्या करना पसंद करेंगे?
मैम प्ले करेंगे.
Okay, so Shootout Bengal Tigers have won the toss and they have decided to start the play.
So Jugraj gets the first win, winning the toss and opting to start with the ball. Well, the Lancers have moved to the top of the table. HILGC are in second place at the moment. Looking at this match though, Shootout Bengal Tigers in 5th spot. A win, of course, would lift them up into 4th place. Ranchi Royals looking to get their win, and that would lift them again out of the bottom place into 3rd bottom place. But we're going to go pitch side now, and we're going to hear from the coaches of both sides, and first will be the coach of the Royals.
Coach Harendra, firstly, a big warm welcome to Ranchi. This is your home stadium. It's not been the best tournament for you so far, searching for that first win. So as a coach, what have you told your boys as you're going to play your first match here in Ranchi?
I think that in the Chennai we played really the first and second quarter very well, and we've taken the lead a little, but third quarter we dropped the energy. I think that's momentum we have to continue. If we cannot sitting back in the below block and try to defend, I think it's a home ground, it's such a lovely stadium, the audience is knowledgeable of hockey. We like to entertain and attacking hockey. That's what we should be benchmark of this game now.
And just as you said that to maintain that intensity, particularly with that attack, how do you plan to do that, and any changes or anything of that sort?
No, I don't think so. The changes require the mentality to just attack, because this format of the game is open. It's still a lot of opening is there. For me, tournament is starting from the Ranchi. Whatever happened in 2 games, only we have to learn and move forward. And I think that we have plenty of games in our hand. If we make our house in order, I think that we are really a good team. We have a mobile team. We are attacking good. We have a top class 8 drag flickers. So we capitalize in that angle.
And as you aim to start afresh here, we wish you the best.
Thank you very much, and thank for Ranchi. Yeah.
Coach, welcome to Ranchi firstly, and a tough start in Chennai. It's a new venue and possibly a fresh start. So What is your plan and how do you plan to turn things around for the Ranchi Bengal Tigers here?
Yeah, big game for us tonight. So we will work very, very hard to fight for the ball. And we also work hard to convert our chances better, because coach has been very happy with the performance, but not with the results. So we have to change this and turn it around.
Weather's a little bit different, so how's that a factor?
I don't think it's a factor. It's in comparison to Chennai, really cold here in the nights. But playing hockey at this temperature is still nice to do, and doesn't have a factor for this game.
Once again, welcome to Ranchi and have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Well, both coaches, I think, just saying they need to execute a little bit better in brief as the umpires make their way out. Zeke Newman of Australia joined by Deepak Joshi of India. And they will take up their position in the center of the field. And in a few seconds, we'll be joined by both teams as we see Jugraj and Tom Bone leading both their teams out. Tom Bone with the captain's armband. Of course, did play for Valentin Altenberg at Dabang, Mumbai in the old Hero Hockey India League version 1. Now the players will take up their position across the center of the field, as has become the norm throughout this tournament. And then we will pause as they introduce each of the players one by one to the crowd.
Introducing the team, Ranchi Bengal Tigers. Jersey number 31, Captain Jugraj Singh. 1, James Carr. 3, Ketan Kushwaha. 5, Abhishek. 7, Ajinkya Jadhav. 9, Jaskaran Singh. 10, Afan Yusuf. 11, Gautier Bokard. 12, Parmod. 14, Tommy Willems. 15, Atul Deep. 17, Christopher Ruhr. 18, Vivek Lakra. 19, Enrique Gonzalez. 20, Pankaj Rawat. 24, Sean Finlay. 27, Gursevak Singh. 34, Sukhjit Singh. 50, Tom Grumbust. 59, Pradhan Puvanna. Introducing the team, Ranchi Royals. Jersey number 27, Captain Tom Boone. 1, Lachlan Sharp. 3, Jack Waller. 6, Amir Ali. 7, Manpreet Singh. 9, Maxim Varhoost. 10, Joshua Belts. 11, Mandip Singh. 12, Sam Lane. 14, Vishrikant Singh. 15, Neelam Zess. 16, Tim Howard. 17, Ashish Tani. 24, Manmeet Singh. 30, Pankaj Kumar. 35, Anmol Ekka. 47, Ashdeep Sivach. 55, Ravneet Singh. 77, Suraj Karkera. 90, Arajit Singh. Ladies and gentlemen,
well, the dignitaries make their way out tonight, and I can tell you that we have Dr. R.P. Singh, Chairman of Selection Committee for Hockey India, and he is joined by Sri Romesh Patania, the General Secretary of Hockey Himachal. And then we have Ms. Sumrai Tete, a former international player, and also the very famous Ms. Pritam Siwach, international former player of India. And of course her son will be playing tonight for the Royals, Yashdeep Siwach, wearing the number 47 shirt. Her daughter missed out this year playing in the Women's Hockey India League. Kanika, she had a bit of a knee problem, so was deciding to get that fixed so that she would be all okay. And of course the dignitaries are being accompanied by Commander R.K. Srivastava, the Director General of Hockey India. Now they make their way down the line, and I get the chance to introduce myself. I'm Ashley Morrison, looking forward to sharing all of the action with you tonight. And I have to say, alongside me tonight is not Sandeep Samesh, because we're in Ranchi. Sandeep's gone for a break back home in Bangalore. And I'm very pleased to be working alongside former Scottish international Nicky Lloyd.
Thanks very much. Very excited to work with you this evening. Yes, the temperature's a little bit lower now. I've got a feeling that both these teams, desperate for a win, are going to light this field up.
for the national anthem.
Well, we will pause now for the national anthem of India.
भारत के राष्ट्रीय गान के लिए खड़े हो जाए और साथ गाए.
So the national anthem concluded, and we'll see the players go through one final handshake, then they'll go into their traditional huddles, and then we can get the action underway. But while they go through those final routines, we can turn our attention to the team lineups for tonight. And first up, we'll be looking at the lineup of the Ranchi Royals. And Suraj Kakera will start in goal for them. Maxime Van Oost, Tim Howard and Animal Ecker, along with Nilam Kess, will be marshalling the defence, and they'll have a lot of work to do tonight. Lachlan Sharp will be playing his first game, coming in for Mustafa Kasim, who had a family bereavement and returned to South Africa. Manpreet Singh will be marshalling the midfield along with Jack Waller. And they've got a great forward line, it's just whether they can connect with him. Arajit Hundal, Mandeep Singh and Tom Bone. And then, of course, coming off the bench, Amir Ali is a player I like, and look out for him on the flanks.
Then for the Bengal Tigers, as they have their last minute huddle there before we start this game. Same a 4-3-3 formation. James Carr in goal, Prodvan, Singh, Grambush and Willems in the back line. Singh, Gonzalez and Youssef in the midfield three, and then Abhishek, Christopher Roar, Sukhjit Singh up front. Gautier Bokard, Parmod, Artful Ding and Sean Findlay. Some of the substitutions who will definitely be used.
Well, Atul Deep wasn't out there for the team lineup when they were all announced. Now, whether he was in the bathroom or whether he's injured, I would think he's injured, and we're not going to see him participating tonight. There's the coach, Harendra Singh, of the Ranchi Royals. And there's the coach of the Tigers, Valentin Altenberg. He was saying he likes the new strip, the Tiger look, but one of the shirts is a little bit small. Makes him just look more buff.
Ranchi, get ready for the countdown.
Here comes the countdown clock, and then we can get things underway.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play.
And Christopher Ruhr pushes back to get us underway. The Tigers in that white strip with black tiger stripes. Can they get back to winning ways tonight? They are the defending champions, and so they will really want to if they can. Jaskaran playing it out on the flank, but just a little bit too far ahead of Puvana. Manpreet takes it quickly, feeds it forward to Tom Bone, but it went just over his head and will roll harmlessly out of play.
Tom Bone here, he'll want to lead obviously as captain, but with he's got his drag flicking skill, he'll want to make an impression on today's game too.
He will indeed. FIH Player of the Year for 2025, and already doing better than his first trip to the Hero Hockey India League. He's got 3 goals to his name already. Struggled to score when he played for Darbhang Mumbai, who Valentin Altenberg was coach of. And it's interesting, I was talking to Valentin Altenberg, and he was saying how last year he was at the Lancers and Hendricks was struggling to score. This year, Jugraj, who was top scorer last year, at the Tigers is struggling to score. He's going, is it me? I don't think it is. It's just obviously one of those freakish things that happens.
Yeah, Valentin Ortenberg, he's an amazing coach. So yeah, I love that he jokes, is it me?
Tigers again looking to get forward. Gonzalez, short pass. Afan Youssef turns. And really good defence, but it will be a penalty corner. So the first penalty corner of the game goes the way of the Tigers. Or they're going to refer this one.
Okay, so it's foot and a stick tackle, but he's saying it's a no foot and a stick tackle. Okay? There is a stick tackle and a foot, what I think. Okay. And he's saying there is a stick tackle, but no foot.
Okay, no referral then.
No referral, okay. So they don't want...
Okay, they've changed their mind on that when it's clear what the penalty corner was given for. I think they were saying there was no foot. If there was a foot, they were going to go upstairs, but they admit the stick tackle.
That's really good, clear communication. Deepak Jossi there saying there was a stick tackle and a foot. And they're saying, okay, even if there's no foot, I'm calling the stick tackle. And the players saying, okay, no referral needed anymore.
So Jugraj lines up at the first back tree. Alongside him, Tom Grambush. Will Jugraj get his first goal of the Hero Hockey India League 2026? Though they go to Grambush, it's a mistrap, top of the circle. Got it back under control. In it goes from Sukhjit. But it'll be a free out. They've played it quickly as well. Comes out to Tom Bone, but no support really for him on the flank or in the forward line. So he has to do well to win a free hit on halfway, but took it from the wrong place.
Teams have struggled with the injections and traps in this pitch in Ranchi. It can be a little bit bobbly. So they'll want to make sure when they get the opportunities, maybe take a little bit of pace off that injection.
Waller plays it back to Tim Howard. Square. Nice little mazy run in the defensive line. Calling for the ball. Maxime Van Oost is in a key part. Mandeep, really good take by him down by the corner flag. Looks to go around the defender. Play on is the call. Mandeep, I think, was looking for an obstruction, but didn't get it. One back again. Battling hard. Great play. Jaskaran now will carry out for the Tigers. Equally good pass to Gonzalez. Gonzalez accelerating towards the 25. Good. Oh, dear me. Looking to play in Abhishek, and a mistrap. Was a tricky ball because it was bouncing.
It was. Gonzalez there using his speed. Eyes up hockey. You can see he gives the pass. It's into space. There is no need to lift that pass. He made it really difficult for Abhishek.
Abhishek will be disappointed with that. He is one of those people very hard on himself. Comes wide to Jugraj. One just coming off the foot of Manmeet. So Jugraj throws a high diagonal ball looking for Christopher Ruhr. He brings it down. It almost dribbled over the sideline, but he got it under control. Looking up again, he flicks a flat aerial pass into the circle, but it's going to be defensive ball.
Christopher Ruhr there, hand up, and then puffs his cheeks out. I don't think he agreed with that, but for me, it was an aerial crossed ball, and it was just played into a congested area, and that's always going to be the defence ball.
Well, also, both players, neither were stationary, so if both players are moving, it's an easy decision for the umpire. If the attacker is stationary under the ball, it gets a little trickier. And good cheer from the crowd for Ranchi. Sam Lane, and a great save being made that time by Jamie Carr. Penalty corner has now gone to the Royals. Deemed dangerous from the save.
Beautiful play here, winding in and out. Carr coming out, and he's playing it into two players. You can see the reason it's been given there.
Yeah, and Jugraj, the minute Jugraj lifts his stick above his head, as a defender when there's an attacking player in close proximity. Again, it's an easy decision for the umpire. So Tom Bone lines up at the first battery. And I can tell you they've scored 2 from 12 so far, the Royals. Sam Lane is at the second battery, the New Zealander. Sam Lane was in great form at the Sultan Aslan Shah as captain of New Zealand. Was the leading goal scorer at the end of that tournament. So we're just waiting for the clock to stop. The whistle goes. Bone moves straight into the circle. It goes to Lane and it's gone. Well, Bone is claiming it went off the defender's stick. The umpire's saying it went off his.
I like that variation there. It's going to the far castle. Sam Lane is then looking for that deflection from Tom Bone.
I think it did go off Jugraj's stick. It should have been a long corner.
I agree with you. Definitely a really fast pace there, but there's no point in referring for a long corner.
A nice ricochet for Manmeet. Manmeet gets inside the circle. Jugraj, good defence. Stick was low down. He takes it out now to the side, pursued by Manpreet. And Manpreet is going to be penalised. We're going to see the penalty corner again as it comes through here. I think it misses Bone's stick, hits Jugraj's, and goes out of play. Taken quickly now by Gonzalez, out onto the left-hand side, flicked down the line, but good defence, brought down by the Royals. There is Jugraj just taking a breather on the sideline. Grambush to Bochard. And Meat goes with him, but he squeezes the pass through out onto the left-hand side. So Maxime Van Oost, I think, just got caught by that strike towards the circle.
There's a nice takedown opportunity, but then here, just coming underneath the ball, Van Oost there, he's worn that on his thigh, and you heard the noise he made. That's going to leave a bruise.
Well, Sukhjit can strike a ball, and he struck it well. There he is, Maxime Van Oost. Back in from the right-hand side by Ravni. Ravni again to Yashdi. Josh Belts. And as I said last year, his brother won the Hero Hockey India League with the Tigers. That's Hayden Belts. So Josh, I'm sure, is here to try and do the same, but with the Royals, keep it in the family. Afan carries it forward. Into the circle, strong on the ball. And it'll be a long corner, though, that time. Gersawak doing well. And out wide. Good defence, though, from the Royals, not allowing them a clear path into the circle. Afan again, edge of the circle. In it goes, and off the pads. And then pushed clear.
Good advantage there from the umpire. Yes, there was a bit of a stick tackle, but they want the game to be more free-flowing. The Tigers at the moment just taking advantage of this possession momentum.
Willem Kess throws a high ball across the field. He was looking for Ruhr, but it never got that far. And the Royals play it up the side. Pankaj.
This is the opportunity there. There's a shot on target, it's fine, but it wasn't really that challenging.
So a free hit now, or a long corner rather. Played short by Bochard. Up it came, Afan, and a great save. That was an outstanding save by James Carr.
Really important save here coming through. Brilliant save that was in goal from Kakera.
Yeah, I quoted James Carr. It's Suraj Kakera. Carr, Kakera. Just a few more syllables, isn't it?
It is indeed. But really good, quick reaction, left-hand save.
So the Royals now trying to play out. Abhishek looks to close down. Look up the side, but it just dribbled over the side before it reached Waller.
This has been part of the way that the Royals have played. It's tetchy and it's not a lot of structure.
Christopher Ruhr. Oh, they're lucky the whistle had gone, otherwise that would have been a penalty corner. Ruhr over the ball again, takes it back the 5 metres. Mandeep came out to close him down. He plays it wide now into the path of Puvana. Back he goes to Grambush. Ruhr again, early ball into the circle, trying to find a way through his Abhishek. Another save again by Kakera. Back to Abhishek it goes. They're appealing now for a penalty corner.
Yeah. Go. What's your question? You are not allowed. You are not allowed. You are not allowed.
Sukhjit, the man, referring this one.
Okay. First foot. Raghu?
Yes, Deepak.
They are asking for a foot inside of the defender.
Okay, looking for a foot inside the circle.
Well, certainly all the Tigers players went up as one when it happened, so I think there might be a foot here.
Yeah, and also we can see on pitch Ranchi Royals defensive unit already putting on their protective equipment. And that sometimes does signal that it's hit a foot, and you can see there very clearly, hits the heel.
Good work by Abhishek. I think there's absolutely no doubt that that should be a penalty corner. And I would like to say that I think the FIH Umpire of the Year, Raghu Prasad, is sure to have seen that foot.
Yeah, the ball clearly coming in here. Abhishek does so well to secure that ball. It's bouncing all over the place. We do see a foot there, and then I think we're about to see the second foot. So for me, 2 feet for one corner.
I think it also catches the shin of Purti just before. Just there, I think it catches Purti's shin. Just here, Abhishek. Does that catch the shin pad? Yes, it does. And then he does well to catch the heel here.
Deepak?
Yes, Raghu.
I have an advice for you. It's a penalty corner. And they keep the referee.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
So second penalty corner for the Tigers. And once again, we see Jugraj lining up at the top of the circle and Tom Grambush alongside him. Sukhjit was thinking of going down to the baseline, but in the end he's left it to Vishnukant. Not Vishnukant, what am I talking about? Tommy Willems. Comes to Grambush again. Again, it's a mistrap. And trying to play it square, but the Royals have got it. If they can make this passing move work, Lachlan Sharp receives it. Sharp plays a good ball into the circle. Lifted past. Well, it was actually lifted straight into Carr by Tom Bone.
That was almost the perfect breakaway, using that overload on the right-hand side, feeding the ball Lachlan Sharp, then playing this ball flat to Tom Bone. Tom Bone trying to take advantage there, but unfortunately he could not get past James Carr.
Should he have gone for Mandeep coming through the middle?
100% give that extra pass in that opportunity.
It would have left Jamie Carr stranded, but there were defenders coming back. But Tom Bone obviously in such a rich vein of form at the moment, backing himself as most strikers will. Here they come again, the Royals, shot on the turn. Good defence. And Jugraj, the free hit has gone the Royals' way. Jugraj is not happy. Belts is ready to take it. Lays it back to Waller quickly. Good defence by Jaskaran. And it goes out over the baseline.
Gonzalez there just putting enough pressure on. You can see what the Royals are trying to do, but it's just not as calm as they would want.
The ball, he's kept it in play. Great work by Sukhjit. Caught the defence, he's won a free hit, he'll take that quickly. Support coming, but he tried to go through a gap that closed rapidly. Now it's Gonzalez who'll try and spark something for the Tigers. Well, the Royals have stolen it again. Good defence by them. Lachlan Sharp, fresh off the plane, he's getting plenty of running.
Yeah, that's one way to get the jet lag out of your legs, straight onto the hockey pitch.
I believe some of the delay for him was just getting the visa sorted out. Puvana now goes into Bocard. Just under 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. No goals as yet, but there's been plenty of threats. Bocard again. Thought about going down the line to Puvana. In the end, he goes back to Jugraj. Arijit Hundal just closing down. Thrown high and long. Brought down brilliantly by Puvana. He's won a free hit as well, but umpire wants him to stop the ball. Oh, good mazy run by Puvana, and he's managed to find Gursawak. Gursawak plays it across the D. Came back to Puvana, but he couldn't get the shot, and the shot eventually coming in from Jaskaran, but it goes wide.
Just one there, having that quick shot like you say, and we'll see it in a moment. And Christopher Rohr throws his left hand at it there, unable to get a connection. If he had, though, that would have been spectacular.
Would have been a little bit fortuitous as well, because I don't think it would have been intentional. But certainly it would have been one to remember.
This game now, as we into the last 2 minutes of the quarter one, interestingly, it started with the Tigers having about 80% possession. Now the Royals have edged their way back, and it's pretty much 50-50.
Both teams have had some pretty good openings, but just been unable to convert. And penalty corner this time, the defender within the 5 meters. A nice easy decision again for the officials.
Yeah, brilliant use of the aerial, and you can just see there's a slight encroachment there, and that's why the penalty corner has been given.
Maxine Van Oost getting forward that time. So the Royals they get another goal from a penalty corner. I'll tell you that Tigers have conceded 6 goals from 12 penalty corners. So most of the goals they've conceded have been from penalty corners. So Tom Bone lines up at the first battery. Sam Lane alongside him. He switches to the second battery. Bone. It will be another penalty corner.
Tom Bone there, actually trying to do what Hendricks did in the match we have just seen, but a double #1 runner. They are closing down the right-hand side of the goal as we look at it.
Abhishek hobbles back to do the defensive duties again. This time Bone is lining up at the second battery automatically, and Lane at the first. They got it was to Bone, but it's Van Oost keeping it alive inside the circle, but well, it ended up in the goal. Arijit got the touch, but umpire had blown for danger because the ball was lifted.
Yeah, Farcastle here, it's a good trap, but it just doesn't get his option. Ball across here, deemed the first shot on target, and then unless that's a drag flick or a deflection, it must hit the backboard.
So the Tigers now just going to calm things down, you would think, for the remaining minute. Willems throws it long, jumping. Van Oost brought it down, but it ricochets to Rohr. Rohr has got the free hit outside the D, just on the 5 meter line, goes one way then the other to eat up those 5 meters. Have they found a foot? The umpire says no, it's going to be a free out to the Royals.
Good use initially of the 1-2, looking for this pass in. Just for me, yeah, Van Oost there, that's a really good tackle with his stick.
Played forward by the Tigers, but stolen away again by the Royals. Howard carries it forward up to halfway, pushes it to Van Oost on the flank. He gives a little flick. Mandeep was stationary. I think he was a little hard done by there because the defender was moving towards him. Mandeep was absolutely stationary.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there, but neither player complaining, and the aerial ball will see out the first quarter of this game.
Well, indeed, as the hoot is gone now, and the players make their way off for a break, the first break in this match. Mandeep will be a little bit disappointed he didn't get the chance to bring it down and shoot. But at the end of the first quarter, it's Ranchi Bengal Tigers 0, Ranchi Royals 0. Well, we'll take a look now at the highlights from that first quarter. And it was the Tigers who probably launched the first attack. They won a penalty corner, but it was mistrapped at the top of the D. Tried to keep it alive, but good defence by the Royals saw them carry it out. Then again, it was a great save by Carr, as Lane looked as if he was going to lift it over him. Then from the penalty corner, well, they were unlucky not to get a long corner. Afan Yusuf with a shot and Kakera with a sharp save. And then Abhishek won a penalty corner for his team. Did get the shot away, but then the penalty corner, and again it was a mistrap by the Tigers, top of the circle, and good defensive play once more by the Royals. Ajinkya Yadav starting this counter-attack, and Tom Bone, well, he just had Carr to beat and decided to try and flick it past him, but it was a good save by the Tigers goalkeeper. Penalty corner won by Van Oost, the defender encroaching. And a mistrap once more. They tried to rebuild. This went in the back of the net off Arajit Hundal's stick, but unfortunately it was lifted towards him. So 10 circle penetrations for the Tigers. Well, we have seen they have had shots, so that stat's not right. But 7 circle penetrations for the Royals, and they've had 2 shots. So pretty even so far.
Carr in goal. He will be against Kumar, who will be called into action first.
So, yeah. Thrown by Howard, forward. Sharp bringing that one down. Gets a free hit outside the circle, plays it back outside the 25-metre line. Van Oost. Good defence again by the Tigers and Tommy Willems. Van Oost again. Belts comes short, receives it, back to Van Oost it goes again.
You can see the Tigers working so hard in defence. They want to shut down that channel. Beautiful pickup.
Was indeed. Van Oost feeds it to the baseline. Into the circle they come, taking a tumble. Mandeep looks to pounce, but it's going to be a free out to the Tigers.
We'll see this on the baseline, just missing the ball. Both players running through. Yeah, there's nothing in that.
And here is Ruhr. Ruhr goes into the circle. 2 defenders go with him. Onto the forehand he goes, pushes it across the face of goal. Well, Manpreet was there to clean up in front of his goalkeeper. Really good play by him. And Suraj Kakera will be a little bit relieved, I would think.
Manpreet Singh there showcasing calmness under extreme pressure. Ruhr fires the ball across. And Singh is just in the perfect position. Moves his feet around and then quick left to right drag.
First time up the line, and Mandeep has come across really quickly to make sure he got on the end of that pass. Looks to feed it into the circle. Arajit Hundal, well, he got it on his stick, but he also kicked it with his foot.
Yeah, Grambush there marking extremely tight, pressuring any pickup. Doing really well.
Puvana just holding it up. You might have heard the calls of PB. Grambush just slowing things down for the Tigers. Tried to throw that one out to Ruhr. Jumping was sharp. He got a touch on it. didn't really get it under control. Gonzalez has always been lively when it comes to him. Jugraj now. Ivana's down the line. He looked to play it to Gonzalez, who was possibly a little bit unfortunate not to get a free hit because he took evasive action as that ricocheted off Howard's stick.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. I mean, wonderful skill there. Two of the Royals players working well together. Yeah, evasive action normally means you get the free hit.
Here's Tim Howard on the side at the moment. And it's going to be a free out.
Really enjoying the way the Tigers setting up their defensive unit at the moment. They're creating a pocket of false space in the middle of the pitch. The Royals aren't playing into it. They're going wide, and there's just no space for them to do anything at the moment.
Manmeet penalised that time for jumping into the space as Ruhr was looking to bring it down. Another chance in the forward line. Afan Yusuf, where he can dance the like fantastic with those fast feet of his.
You would say that's confident goalkeeping there, letting the ball go through. Yes, it was just outside.
Suraj Kakera, very, very cool customer there. He knew Hawkeyes had seen that it was outside the circle. I'm sure his coach might not have been quite as relaxed. Harendra might have been a bit worried.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll definitely be speaking about that afterwards. Harry Singh there. Smart, giving a wry smile. He's enjoying himself.
He always enjoys his hockey, Harendra Singh. Of course, got into coaching when he was playing for Hockey Club Lyon. It was suggested that he take on one of the sides and then really found that he enjoyed it, and a career was born out of that. Good defense again by the Royals. Bone holds it up now, looking to get past Abhishek. It's well played by Tom Bone. Wins a free hit, knew it was his. Thought about going overhead, but instead it's a well-directed pass that time into the path of Manmeet. And deflected out over the baseline.
That bit of skill there from Tom Bone was exceptional. But yeah, they're just not getting the final pass.
Oh, what a lovely deflection. Manmeet with the shot, but it was a sharp save again by Carr.
The best D-structure we've seen from the Royals with this bit of play, that one touch, being able to pre-scan and get that shot on target. This is better from the Royals.
Really good deflection by Sam Lane to find Manmeet. And Carr well positioned, got his left pad across to clear the lines. Nice ball again forward. Gonzalez helps it out onto the flank. Penalty corner has gone to the Tigers.
Vanus there, his positioning was good, but he wasn't set, he wasn't low enough. He had to drop his stick down to try and stop this ball, and it pings off his stick into his foot and body, and that's a poor mistake for the number 9.
So Suraj Kakera going to be called into action again. Jugraj is lining up again. Just has the one goal so far. Grambush alongside him also just has the one goal. They go to Jugraj. He flicks hard this time. Will be another penalty corner, although the Royals, I think, are going to refer this one.
Raghu, can you hear me?
Go ahead, Deepak.
I gave a PC for the foot of the defender. They are saying it's a strike. Can you check?
Okay. For a foot or a stick.
Yeah.
Newcastle injection, you can see coming on to the ball. Singh is playing number 1 runner. That's fantastic line running. For me, that's hit stick.
It certainly looked stick. Manpreet rather, still doing the running at this stage of his career. was talking to one of the coaches about how the different techniques the players have with their stick when they come running out. It's always interesting to see how they try to stop it.
Yeah, Manpreet Singh, for me, doing one of the OG styles of running down the barrel there. Beautiful stick positioning, and then if there is a touch, doesn't actually play it back into any kind of pressure. It deflects it wide, and you can see it ping off to the side
Joshi,
of the
can you hear
pitch.
me?
Yes, sir, go again.
I have an advice for you. It was a stick. You can restart from a long corner, and Royals gave their referral.
Thank you. Long corner.
So a good referral.
Long corner.
It's going to be a long corner.
Wait for the whistle. After whistle.
So Manpreet, who of course was inspired by Pargat Singh many years ago, came from the same village. It's amazing the influence things like that can have, and that was smashed in by Grambush, but just lifted off the first bounce and created a bit of danger inside the circle.
Yeah, Howard having a little bit of a break with his team, but these players only get a matter of minutes to catch their breath, get some water, electrolytes back on before they're needed for another rotation.
Lachlan Sharp. Oh, a lovely pass infield that was to Josh Belts. Two Australians combining. Lachlan Sharp, not sure that ball was stopped, but players continued and into the circle they've gone, but a free hit awarded just outside the deep. Told to go further forward. Josh Belts gets closer, and it was played in pretty quickly that time by the Royals, but Manpreet's ball was picked up by the defence and taken out wide now by them. Willems working hard down in the corner flag.
You can understand this Royals attack, that they're trying to go down the right-hand side. They want the quick free hit to take it instantaneously. But the Tigers' pressure and how they are showcasing and stacking even their defence, you can't break through that barrier.
Afan Yusuf now, a good run from him from halfway, gets down towards the corner flag, trying to get the better of Josh Belts, goes one way then the other, brilliant reverse stick pass into the circle, and the spin from Gersawak. He thought he'd got a penalty corner, was already going back celebrating, but there was no whistle and the Royals took the ball away.
Playing the ball down the line, we'll see as it comes in, spinning, twirling around. Belts trying to stay with, and this spin here looking for the foot, but what a wonderful flat stick tackle.
Yeah, very good defence coming from Van Oost that time. And he's on the ball now as he plays it down the side. Belts just deflecting it up the sideline, but unfortunately it was too good even for his teammates.
Yeah, the Royals overloading their right-hand side. They had a back four, but then they'd shifted everyone round, wanting to utilise that space, but like you say, not allowing that to happen.
Tigers now trying to find a way out. Bocard feeding it out onto the left. Afan Yusuf once more, squeezing it through a gap. Trying to feed Sukhjit, and the decision's gone against him, and if looks could kill, Zeke Newman would be in a box.
Yeah, that press there, that's what we're normally used to seeing for the Ranchi Royals, a high press system to force errors from their opponents, and it worked for them that time.
Good work now, Ravni trying to cut him from the flank. Free hit conceded that time by Ajinkya Yadav. Manpreet, short pass to Waller, and there'll be another free hit this time from Waller centrally on the 25. He throws it out onto the right hand side to Belts, but it's, I think, danger that it was too close to the defender.
Yeah, Waller didn't agree with that, but he was stating his disagreement while backpedaling quite quickly.
Well, one thing, I don't know if you've noticed it, was certainly the tournaments I've been doing lately, you're seeing now a lot of the players encroaching to try and get that danger. So, card has been issued. I think it's to Parmod, I think, of the Tigers. Up the side it comes now and skipping away, but unfortunately over the side it went from Ketan.
Yeah, Parmod there, he's been issued the green card. He got the he thought he had the free hit. He started, but it was the other way, so he was deemed to have slowed down the attacking opportunity for the Royals.
So Howard again for the Royals. We're approaching the final 5 minutes of the first half. Still all tied up at 0-0. Sharp, again the ball was a directed pass, but good defence from Bacard. Sees the Tigers come up with the ball.
Bacard doing really well there. The Tigers down a player, so they will want to choose when they attack wisely. Phenomenal aerial.
And brought down superbly into the circle, Sukhjit. Abhishek. Oh, what a finish by Abhishek! Edge of the circle, reverse stick into the far corner past Suraj Kakera. 1-0 to the Tigers.
What a goal, and to do that when you are down a player from that green card, it just makes a huge statement. See, he's lurking, is Abhishek on this side, takes one touch, takes it on the reverse shot, and that is pure power. Left foot strong shot. Yes, they do get a touch from Kakara, but the pace of that ball takes it over his left kicker and into the top right-hand corner of the goal.
Yeah, Suraj Kakera, I think, will be very upset. Oh, no. Actually, it was Ketan, I think, that got the goal. So Ketan, the youngest player in the tournament, just 14 years of age. Well, we thought it was Abhishek, but it's Ketan who's been sitting in the defensive line, has pushed up, and a wonderful finish by him. So, apologies there. I was sure it was Abhishek. But now Saranjit Hundal plays it in and cleared again by Jamie Carr.
Yeah, that's a bit wasteful from Hundal there. Yes, he maintains possession for his team, but he had time to not shoot at the near post.
Oh, Sam Lane, that was different. But the Tigers still managed to get the ball out of defence. Forced Dak into the corner. Willems does well. Puvana played it out in the end.
Yeah, this touch here from Sam Lane, that's instinctive, trying to keep the ball in play. You don't see that very often.
I don't think that's a skill you can practice either, is it?
No, that's just some confidence and, yeah, like I say, in absolutely instinctive hockey.
Now it is Abhishek going forward, and he does feed it to Ketan, the goal scorer. Abhishek playing it back to Puvana, who kept it in play. Hundal puts pressure on him. Willems, short pass to Bocard.
The Royals now back to full strength, and the Tigers, it was 11 on 11, 10 versus 10 on field players. The Royals, though, sitting at the half-court press. Now they send the centre forward. They want to split the pitch.
Willems to Afan Youssef. Back it goes to Bocard. Directing traffic from the back. The same effect as an Indian policeman, where they seem to just still drive wherever they want.
Absolutely, Sam Lane now stepping forward. You can see what they're trying to do and win the ball, as the Royals have done exactly that.
Mundy, well, he didn't get the purchase on the pass he was hoping for. And we've got a player down. It's Tom Bone.
I just want to check he's okay. Yeah, we will. Are you okay first? Yeah? Yeah.
So Tom Bone, Jaskaran just running into him.
I'll go check it. You'll give it off? Raghu, can you hear me?
Yes, Zig.
We just have a quick check for misconduct on the incident with Tom Boone, please.
Okay, looking for misconduct.
I don't think there was misconduct there.
I'd agree with you. You've got the runner on the ball. Jaskaran there, he's looking at the ball, he's not looking at the player, and for me there's no clear movement that he is then following through on Tom Bone. Yes, it's not nice to see, and I'm sure it doesn't feel nice for Tom Bone, but there's nothing in that.
Jaskaran has the ball there, and then it's just there's nowhere else to go, is there, for Jaskaran?
Zig?
Yes.
There's no serious misconduct, it's
Thank
a
you.
clash.
Thank you.
But I think it's sensible the umpires check those things and make sure that there isn't anything untoward.
I agree with you, and the umpires can check
We'll
referrals
go here.
anywhere
Please.
on the pitch.
Wherever
They can
you're
do
right,
goal,
sorted
no
it
goal
out.
if it's in the attacking D. They can check for conduct anywhere on the pitch. But as a player, you can only check in either your attacking or your defensive quarter.
It's going to be a bully. And who's giving it back to whom? I think that's the confusion. Well, in the end, I think Lachlan Sharp thought, I'll just kick it so you get a free hit. But it's back with the Royals now, and normal service has been resumed. Yashdi, up the line it goes, cutting in now is Bone. Trying to make the pass, but good defense by Jugraj. He throws it over the top. Sukhjit will get that. Sukhjit stops, turns, goes back the other way. Well played by him. Super pass to Gershawat. And a good block by Howard inside the circle.
Necessary from Howard there, but you can tell the Bengal Tigers are having more opportunities because their off-ball movement is brilliant.
Grambush now as we enter the final minute of the first half. Christopher Ruhr, and he just let that one run into his foot.
A mistake you don't see often from Ruhr there. The Royals want to go on the attack. Lachlan Schlapp, he wants to get everything going quickly, but it's one directional at the moment. They're favouring that right-hand side, and the Tigers have their number.
I think it's an Indian saying, if you want to wake a tiger, you better have a long stick. Well, the Royals are going to need to find a long stick. Into the circle it goes and deflected out for a long corner off the stick of Grambush. Manpreet, chance to try and get this forward. Anmol Ekka, square again, gets it from Howard. Clock counting down, 5 seconds left. Waller plays it in. Oh, what a deflection by Bone, and what a save by Carr. I think Bone cannot believe that that didn't come back off the backboard, that it came back off Jamie Carr.
Yeah, Waller with the insight, knowing that there were mere moments left in this first half. You'll see him look up, connect with Bone, then Bone goes for the shot, keeps it low. Carr makes himself as big as possible, gets a kicker on it, and keeps his team in the lead.
And well, there you go. That's the reaction on the bench. How did we not equalise? That's the reason why. Jamie Carr. So as the players head into half-time, it is Shirachi Bengal Tigers 1, Ranchi Royals 0.
हम आउटकम के बारे में नहीं सोच रहे, बट हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी यही होगी कि हम अपनी एक अच्छी हॉकी खेलें, और जैसे हम पहले दो के मैचेस हम खेल रहे थे, हम वैसा ही खेलें तो काफ़ी अच्छा होगा हमारे लिए.
We probably haven't been the best team in stats, but we've taken our chances, we've capitalised on that. I'm sure all the teams do, but we've also got a really good culture, so we know everyone's going to fight for each other and support each other on the field. The Lancers are especially a good team. I think it's whoever turns up on the day must have paired, and we know we'll give it a good fight either way, so I'm sure it'll be an exciting game.
जो बेल्जियम टीम का फ्री मैन खेलता है आर्थर वैन डोरन, ही इज़ वन ऑफ द बेस्ट एथलीट्स इन द वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ, तो वो काफ़ी अच्छा उनका है। तो हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अवॉइड करेंगे कि हम उसको अवॉइड करें और साइड से अटैक करें। जो भी हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी होगी हम उसके ऊपर ध्यान दें और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ये है कि हम पहले फर्स्ट गोल करें।
रांची में जब भी खेलते हैं और अलग ही मज़ा आता है, क्योंकि रांची में जो क्राउड होता है और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि होम क्राउड है हमारा ये। बहुत अच्छा लगता है खेलना और अच्छी मोटिवेशन मिलती है यहाँ से। देखा जाए लास्ट हमने 2 मैच अच्छे खेले हैं, 2-1 और देन 2-0 की लीड के साथ भी खेले थे हैदराबाद के साथ, स्टिल 3-2 लूज किए हैं। पर अच्छा हमारा अगर देखा जाए टीम बॉन्डिंग अच्छी है और बिल्कुल अभी रांची में आए हैं और जो हमने मिस्टेक्स किए हैं उसके ऊपर हमने वर्क किया है और अभी आने वाले जो मैचेस में हम अच्छा करेंगे।
Half time here in Ranchi in match 12 between the Ranchi Royals and the Shootout Bengal Tigers. The Bengal Tigers leading by 1-0. The youngest player in the tournament, Ketan Kushawa, scoring a wonderful goal. The big question is, will they be able to hang on to it? There's been plenty of opportunities at both ends of the field. It's the Tigers who probably started the best. Won a penalty corner but mistrapped at the top of the D. And then good defence saw the Royals bring it out. Sam Lane burst forward then. Jamie Carr was off his line quickly, conceded a penalty corner. And again, it was a good defensive performance by the Tigers. Afan Yusuf, he had a shot. Kakera was there this time at the other end. Abhishek here with good skills, denied by Kakera, then won a penalty corner for his side. And once again, it was mistrapped by the Tigers at the top of the circle. And good defence as they turned defence into attack. Sharp carried it forward, fed it into the circle, and Bone, well, he decided to take on Carr, and Carr again smothered. Good defence once more in front of the goalkeeper by Tim Van Oost, it was actually. And that was again Munmeet denied by a sharp save by Carr. So Jamie Carr has made plenty of good saves in this first half. Sukhjit, good bit of play along the baseline. He laid it back to Ketan Kushawa, and it ricocheted off the pad of the goalkeeper, Suraj Kakera, and into the goal it went. And that's his first goal of the Hero Hockey India League. Sukhjit now, a little bit of magic once again from him. Fed Gursawat, brilliant tackle by Tim Howard. And right at the end, well, the Royals thought they'd scored. Bone, brilliant deflection, great ball by Jack Waller, but another save from Jamie Carr. Take a look at the stats now, and you can see how even it is. 14 circle penetrations for the Tigers, 12 for the Royals. I think there's been slightly more shots for either side there, and the penalty corners 3 apiece. So very, very even. Well, this is the points table if it stays as it is. The Royals will remain on the bottom. And no, this is the table as it was at the start of this game, sorry. I was expecting an updated one, but it's just, well, if the Tigers get the points, they'll jump one place. It's as simple as that. We look at the top goal scorers. Kane Russell played in the game before. So too did Alexander Hendricks, and he moves into second spot with 4 now, joining Amandeep Lakra. Tom Bone could do with a goal today to catch them, but still Kane Russell ahead in the leading goal scorer. Well, we're going to go pitch side now to hear from the coach of the Tigers, Valentin Altenberg.
Coach, you've got the first goal. How can you add to this tally in the second half?
Sorry, say again?
You've got the first goal. How can you add to this tally in the second half?
Yeah, we're struggling a lot to win balls. We really wanted to have more counterattacks. So we have to get more pressure on him early on the pitch. We struggled a little bit with that in the first quarter. I got better now, so there's much to hope for in the second half.
All right. Thank you so much for talking to us, and all the best.
Well, how can you increase that tally? It's going to be hard because both teams are tending to negate each other, but technically, how do you think both teams are holding up?
I'd agree with you. I think it is quite level playing field. It's a midfield battle, and I don't think either team has structurally claimed what they set out to do. There's many holes to be found. Tigers marginally having a better possession. I do agree with Valentin Altenberg. They have improved as the game has gone on. They've got superior in their layering of the midfield and their forwards line, and that's why they are getting more opportunities and better opportunities than the Royals. The Royals, for me, are too stagnant and too flat.
Well, in my opinion, the last game against the Tufans, the Royals midfield was where they lost it a little bit in the second half. They became a bit disjointed, the connections weren't there, and I'm sure that that's something Harendra Singh has been working on, and we'll be hoping that doesn't happen now in the third and fourth quarter. Well, there he is. You think you can dance, India. There's a contestant. Well, we are now going to hear from the Royals coach just before he takes his place on the bench.
Coach, you've said your first halves have generally been good, but it's the first time you're under pressure. How do you plan to bring the intensity into the second half?
I'm not under pressure. The other teams, we created a lot of chances. I think we missed the chances. Now we have to, inside the circle, cool and calm, compose, we can score the goal.
Good to hear that, and good to see a smile on your face. Thank you so much, and all the best.
Well, there you go. It's as easy as that. Inside the circle, we got to put it in the goal. But Jamie Carr has been the reason that they haven't scored yet. The Irish goalkeeper has been in outstanding form. So with the Royals to get the second half and the third quarter underway. And Mol Eka gets a nice early touch.
Yeah, the Royals here, they've got a back three at the moment, going into a back five formation, so they want to utilise the stretch of the field. The Tigers really being rigid in their defence. A beautiful interception.
Well, Sukhjit knew that was coming out to Van Oost, and he placed himself perfectly just to take 3 steps and intercept.
And that's really impressive as well, just glancing to see where your opposite number is, creeping forward a moment and then intercepting as he did, but possession is back with the Royals.
Thrown high and long, looking for Tom Bone. He gave the thumbs up but couldn't bring it down for his team. To me, Mandeep up front is the danger man. I know everyone's looking at Tom Bone, but Mandeep has this knack of popping up when you least expect it, and he's lurking around, he's making the runs. If they find him, I think he's their way back in this match.
Yeah, I agree with you. He hides on the shoulder of his defender, so he's in their blind spot. He creates so much height on the pitch, and then it's his multi-directional leads that make the difference.
Oh, thrown to the air, unfortunately it went over the shoulder of Sukhjit, a little wry smile on his face, but that was a tricky ball to bring down. Lachlan Sharp, well, he's got underway very well. Tommy Willems, lovely little drag and then accelerate away from Sharp, and Sharp is quick actually. So Willems gets the free hit. Oh, in fact he doesn't. Sharp gets it.
Yeah, work rate there, but Willems, you can see what I like. Before he gets the foul called against him there, he cuts out Lachlan Sharp, so he drives and moves away, so Lachlan Sharp cannot legally tackle him.
Well, Ruhr has won a free hit now on the right-hand side for the Tigers. Christopher Ruhr feeds Gonzalez, who spins to try and give it back to him, but good defence from the Royals.
And the Tigers now overloading their right-hand side, also stacking an extra player, looking again to move the Royals' defence out of formation.
Puvana looking to play it down the line. Manpreet goes with him. Puvana held it up well. Gonzalez. Abhishek just back to Gonzalez. First time he's played by Jaskaran. Afan Yusuf. That was good defence again. Closed down very, very sharply. It was Lachlan Sharp coming across. Sorry for the pun.
And he had to do really well there, but that's what you like to see from the Tigers, pre-scanning and getting that ball in with a one-time, almost no-look pass.
Gonzalez again. Has to go back to the defensive line of Grambush, who probably at the third attempt got it under control. Puvana. And it's going to go through to Sukhjit. Laid it behind himself really well, and then up it goes off the defender's stick into the body of Abhishek. Penalty corner.
Well, I think it came up for you anyway, into them. So either way, I think it's you.
I think it was Waller. Personally, I'm with Zeke Newman there.
Zeke Newman there, really calm. This was the previous opportunity. Beautiful, quick shot by Abhishek again. Yeah, Waller saying, it didn't hit my foot, but Zeke Newman saying, it came off you, in my opinion. Obviously, the players, they can refer this.
Yeah, it goes Abhishek's stick onto Waller's stick and then into the body of Abhishek. I think the umpire's got that one right. So Jugraj now is at the second battery. Christopher Ruhr is at the first. Will they go to Ruhr? No, they go to Jugraj. Took a deflection off the first runner. It'll be another penalty corner.
Yeah, Manpreet Singh here running out to the far arsehole. Different style there to intercept that ball coming off the shin pad. Reward.
So a little word from Abhishek. I wonder whether he's going to run in. It goes to Jugraj. And wide of the mark this time. So the leading goal scorer from last year is finding it hard to find the back of the net this year.
Yeah, you can see the curve of that ball. He doesn't stay on it long enough. He rushes the last part of the drag flick and it then sails wide of the post.
Do you think the pressure's getting to him, the expectation?
No, I just think he rushed that. I think it's quite difficult to ruffle these drag flickers nowadays.
I've seen most of them seem to be very cool, calm individuals.
Yeah, we were treated to Gorzalani in the women's program, and her drag flicking prowess was just wonderful to watch.
Nice turn by Lachlan Sharp, and a great ball down the side. Trying to turn, kept it alive for the Royals. Into the circle it goes, but it's going to go harmlessly over the baseline.
It's been a narrative a bit for the Royals, if we see Valentin Altenberg. Let's talk about the drag flickers looking cool, calm and collected. I think he's quite a cool character as well.
I think internally he's maybe a little bit more stressed than he lets on sometimes, but he does like his teams to attack and enjoy their hockey, which I think you see that in the teams that he coaches, that they appear to enjoy what they're doing.
Yeah, obviously as a coach he works and he has kind of a structure and a want for them to use, but he allows them to express themselves. And when you've got players like we can see here, some of the best in the world, they need to be able to play their own way.
I studied sports management at the University of Sangala. Hope I pronounced that right. St. Gallen, if you want it in basic terms. Played forward that time, a good pass coming early from Vishnukant, but stolen back by the Tigers, and the free hit goes against the Royals. Look who takes it quickly, Sukhjit. He's been everywhere tonight. Sukhjit out to Ruhr. Ruhr flicks it high, but it's gone over the head of everyone. One bounce and out of play.
Yeah, you could see what Rua wanted to do there. As you say, it looks good kill. He's not happy with the spatial movement from his team in that situation.
Manpreet helping out in the defensive line. Tim Howard now pushing up the flank. It comes back to Manpreet. He gives it to Howard in that space. Quickly coming to close down. That was good work again by Ketan, the goal scorer. And that's 16.
This kind of does sum up the Ranchi Royals game for me. A little bit unlucky, but they just don't have the movement and the structure going forward at the moment. I do understand what Harinder Singh was saying. He's not stressed. I don't know if I fully believe it, though. From the way his team is playing and where they are lacking, I would have a few concerns.
Yeah, Manmeet, I think it was good pressure from the defence because Manmeet hurried his pass to try and play in Sam Lane. That was good by Arijit Hundal. Vishnukant now carries it forward. Afan Yusuf chases back and will be penalised. Waller over the ball now for the Royals. Calms things down for a second. Plays it back now to Nilam Kes. Kes. Van Oost. Got past one, cut back in, got past another, but and eventually he loses out.
A lovely individual skill Van Oost showcasing there, but again we've spoken about how the Tigers defend. They constrict the middle of the pitch.
Abhishek leaving that one behind, and Parmod comes forward to take it for the Tigers. Bokhar just inside his own half to Grambush. We're about the halfway stage of this third quarter. I just think at the moment, if the Tigers, the way the game is going, if they get a second, it's going to be very difficult the way the Tigers are playing for the Royals to get back.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not sure how the Royals are going to come back into this game. Yes, if you look at their team sheet, they have so much talent in field goal opportunities as well as short corners, but they're just not mounting the pressure needed for me.
Up the line it goes that time from Nilam Kes. And again, they're forced back. Yashdeep Siwach goes back again to Kes. Square is Van Oost. Waller just up the line. It comes to him now. And deflects off the stick of Ketan over the sideline.
The Tigers allowing the ball wide, but then closing that corridor in the middle again.
Bokhar penalised. Waller took it quickly, top of the circle. And a little bit of magic again from Sukhjit. Sukhjit, and when he's on fire like this, he's just beautiful to watch.
The movement of that ball, two really quick left-to-right drags back to back, and yes, it's a simple skill, but like you say, when done effectively, it's pure magic.
And played forward, but letting that one run Grambush over the baseline. Sukhjit, of course, who at one stage was paralysed in his right leg, and his father massaged it every day to get him back. He was bedridden for months, and it's just a story of amazing support by his father. And apparently as a child, his dad used to cut down sticks so that they were the right size for him to play. So a really special relationship between him and his dad. And I think he also plays now in a way that someone who nearly missed out. And he just plays with that joy that I'm out there and I can play, as Rua tries to spark something. Good defence again by Van Oost. Sharp is going to have to hurry to keep that in play, but he does well. Afan Yusuf chases back. Sharp holds up.
Sharp passing back there. We've seen time and time again the Royals utilise that left-hand flank, transition over to the right, but they don't have the off-ball movement.
Arijit Hundal, great pass to Manpreet. And Manpreet, though, penalised.
And Manpreet picking up this ball really well, but look at the intense pressure there. Jab tackle at the top of the D by Jokrat Singh. He had to time that perfectly.
As the Tigers now on the attack. And into the circle, just lost. Penalty corner has been won by the Tigers.
Vanus there, he did look at Zeke Newman and ask a little bit why, but this is an ugly tackle we are about to see coming through. Tangle of sticks. And that is the reason that play was tried to continue. That was okay. And that's another stick tackle there. So Zeke Newman, pretty easy decision for him.
Yeah, Van Oost coming through, stick tackle on Abhishek. So Grambush is lining up now at the first battery. Jugraj at the second, just pacing out his steps towards the man who will trap if it goes to Jugraj. It goes to Grambush though, straight into the first runner. Manpreet again doing superb work, keeping his team alive in this match. Afan Youssef tries to play the short pass into the circle, but couldn't find Willems. Good defense carried out by Sharp. And the free hit there goes to the Tigers.
Newcastle injection here, Grambush coming onto it. Like you say, Manpreet Singh doing so well, and then Yashdeep clearing any further danger.
Grambush once more. 3.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Tommy Willems, Adajit Hundal came running towards him, and that's been brought down superbly on the far side. Trying to get inside the circle. That was a brilliant bring down by Puvana.
This is better from the Tigers. That's the head coach Valentin Altenberg for the Ranchi Bengal Tigers. You can see his team now just dropping back marginally over the halfway line with their first line of defence.
Indra Singh looking very pensive there. Mundeep has won a free hit, but he took it from the wrong spot. He'll now leave it behind. Royals could really do with the goal now before, oh dear, that's been thrown high and very wide.
It's this calmness of mind from the Ranchi Royals. It's letting them down. You can see the work rate, you can see the want from them, but they aren't able to keep possession.
And again, two players just looking around as that was thrown in the air into that space and realised that there was nobody there for the Royals. So again, just losing their shape a little bit.
Yeah, that gap in midfield was far too big. The distance between the forward and the midfield line should never be that great.
So Howard on the ball. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Royals desperate for a goal.
Yeah, I agree. The Royals desperate for a goal. They're desperate to get some points, to get a win or anything on the board at the moment that'll help them in their league standings. But their off-ball movement for me is one-directional. That's not what they need.
Belts played that one forward, but it was easily collected by Tommy Willems, who is happy to take it into the corner and showcase his close stick work. And so far it's impressive. And eventually, well, Waller, I think, played it over the sideline, so good work by Tommy Willems.
Yeah, calm and collected there, moving the ball, but continuing to move his stick as well, so obstruction couldn't be called against him.
Ruhr gives the thumbs up, even though he didn't manage to bring that overhead pass down. Over the top, into the circle. That's good play by the Royals. It's a long corner. Sam Lane unable to get the shot away. Good run from Bone and appeals for a penalty corner. Well, they've got the penalty corner, so this might be the chance that the Royals have been waiting for.
Better from Sam Bone there, captain, just getting this ball, and you can see it linking up. Actually, it was Waller linking up, trying to connect with Bone, finding the trailing leg, and that's an easy corner for them.
So, fourth penalty corner now for the Royals. Tom Bone lines up at the first battery. Jamie Carr hasn't had that much to do in this third quarter, was very busy in the first half. Can he still keep his goal intact? Sam Lane is at the second battery. Will they try a variation? They go to Lane this time. Bonus, and it's a free out. It's a mistrap. Although I think Lane is saying, did it catch Belts' foot, do you think?
Not sure. It looks, I think it's been called for body. I don't know from that angle if it did, but that's the reason it's been called.
Sam Lane is still continuing his conversation with the umpire. Josh Belts is just not that kind of guy. He's not likely to enter a debate with an umpire.
6 seconds, 6 seconds. No, not gonna happen, not gonna happen.
Josh Belts is another player who, as the hooter goes, who really had his career get off to a slow start as well. But the Tigers at the moment heading for the final break, and they still have their lead intact. Manpreet is trying to marshal his troops together. Jugraj will be happy. Score at the end of the third quarter, Ranchi Royals 0, Shirachi Bengal Tigers 1. We'll take a look now at the highlights from that third quarter. And it was, again, Afan Youssef getting forward, trying to create an opportunity. And you'll see again, it's the Tigers that are pushing for a second goal. Two guys wide of the mark. There's another penalty corner. This time it was Grambush. Great work again by Manpreet, who's just defended so well from penalty corners. Then the Royals, right at the end of that quarter, won a penalty corner, mistrap, and the belief was that it hit Josh Belts' body. Look at the stats, and about 19 circle penetrations now to the Tigers, to the Royals 16. Shots, as I say, I think there's been slightly more than those, but again, if you look at it, it is the score that counts, and the Tigers have the goal that matters from those circle penetrations. Harendra Singh saying he wants them to be more clinical inside the circle, and that's going to be the key. Suraj Kakera just throwing all the gear behind the goal, so too his opposite number, Jamie Carr. Is there a way back, Nikki, for the Royals?
I think so. We normally see an increase in goals in the final quarter. The Ranchi Royals, they are desperate for this win. The Shirachi Bengal Tigers, though, for me, they have been the better team in this game. We've spoken about when they attack, they look more like a complete unit.
It is the Royals that get the final quarter underway, looking for a goal to secure their first point of the Hero Hockey India League 2026. And they would love to get 2 goals and get 3 points, I'm sure. But at the moment, it's slowly achieving that goal. Manpreet found the foot of Afan Youssef, throws it out onto the left-hand side. Bone now into the circle he goes. Has it gone over the baseline off his stick? Yes. I think he was hoping there was going to be a touch from the defender.
Yeah, he does like to attack on that left-hand baseline, but again, the Tigers' defense just waiting, just channeling.
Again, the overhead just a little bit too far ahead of Christopher Ruhr, but he acknowledges the attempt from Tommy Willems.
That was a nice idea. I think Ruhr there said he lost the ball in the bright lights of this stadium. Yeah, I agree with you. The positioning was really good from him.
And you can see he's got his left leg heavily strapped. Of course, missed it Hero Hockey India League last year because of an ACL injury. He also was concentrating. He deferred his medical studies for a year as well last year. He's got 4 years to go. That's dedication. So the Royals now in a good attacking position. Van Oost goes back again, that time to Anmol Ecker. Out onto the left-hand side, just dropped back by Waller. Ecker again. Manpreet looks to carry it forward, spins and tries to go on the forehand, drops it back to Van Oost again. It comes out wide onto the right-hand side. A little mistrap that time, which is unfortunate from Nilam Kes.
Nilam Kes there, was trying to do the right thing, but he couldn't. Harinder Singh doesn't look as calm as we have seen him. But for me, once again, yes, the Royals were having good moments of possession there, but the player on the ball is the only one who is engaged. Off-ball movement is practically zero, and it makes it easy for the Tigers to defend the space.
Afan Youssef is yelling for the ball, and here it comes, and brought down superbly, and got the better of Waller and Lane. Feeds it into the circle. Abhishek holding it up, tried to get it back to Afan. Oh! It came back off the pads of Kakera, and look at the smile on his face, because he knows that was very close.
Yeah, Kakera getting almost a second bite at the cherry there. He'll be very happy that the ball didn't just dip under the goal there, but Afan, that's a lovely style of shot.
Afan Youssef comes from such a good stock, his family. Sukhjit now. And it's a free hit to the Royals.
And the Royals, they need to create a goal-scoring opportunity to... Got 11.5 minutes left. The question is, if they don't get one soon, will they pull the keeper?
I think they'd have to. Down the sideline it goes, into the circle. Mandeep, was that a stick check? Oh, and there's a little bit of afters. Mandeep and Bokard.
Calm down. Both of you. That. It's afraid. Yeah.
Look at it.
That's it. Calm down. I'll check. Yeah. Here. Stay there. B5, Mandeep. Ready?
Bokard, I think, wanting the umpire to go upstairs. Oh, a little shove in the back there.
Yeah, it's a tackle fine there, but yeah, it's that push there. I mean, yes, there's not a lot in it, but there is no space in the game for that.
I think there was the little stick into the hamstring before that was the thing that riled up Bokard, and understandably so. Ruan out down in the corner. Gonzalez now wanting a free hit, but it goes with the Royals.
And as the intensity increases in this final quarter, the players need to make sure they maintain focus. If they start putting their hands up and pressuring the umpires, it's not going to be a positive outcome for anyone.
And Moleka. Sukhjit was shaping to close him down. Ecker again. Nilam Kess is up the line. Good trap by him and cutting infield. Knew what he was going to do as the ball came to him. Great pass too to Sharp. Sharp, great block, edge of the circle. Superb by Gautier Bokard. Bokard was such a key component of the Tigers' victory last year in the Hero Hockey India League.
Perfect pickup here from Lachlan Sharp, but he drives inside. That's where the Bengal Tigers have all their defence, and Bokard, like you say, strong flat tackle.
At the moment, it's the Royals keeping Sukhjit at bay. Now Gonzalez back to Sukhjit again. Arajit comes back. It's going to be a free hit now to the Tigers. Gonzalez. Back he goes. Parmod. Out forward again by Bokard down the right-hand side. Nice little turn by Pankaj. Gersawak was battling hard to get that in the circle.
He was. The last two times that the Tigers have gone down the right-hand side, they've tried to force it. For the Royals, you just put a player in front of the ball and then you double stack it with your free player.
9 minutes remaining. Thrown high. Bone is under it, but it was a long way ahead of him, and he just threw up the stick to try and hopefully keep it in play. Frustrating night for him because the ball's not really come to him the way he would like.
No, it hasn't. You can see in his face, hope he doesn't play poker, because it was a bit obvious that he was quite annoyed at that.
Yeah. Arajit Hundu can turn a game. He's created a bit of space. Great defense, though, again, coming back by Ajinkya Yadav. That was superb play by him.
Yeah, to have the confidence to dribble out against two players close to the top of your D, and then to do it somewhat one-handed is excellent. Beautiful pick up there from...
Great steal back again by Ketan. And there was a passive obstruction ahead of him, though. That's why the free hit's gone against them. And Waller chasing hard, kept it in play, tried to play it into the circle, ricocheted away. Tigers have it now, and a good pass to Bocard. Infield he goes, playing their way out of defence. There's a pincer movement closing down now, so they come wide, and back infield it goes. Nice turn away from trouble from Ajinkya Yadav. Combined well with Abhishek, and Waller's stolen it. Yadav just maybe, I think, thought there were only two players, and Waller just appeared out of nowhere, stole it off him.
Yeah, he had that there. It almost looked like he glitched. He just stopped playing, and then 3 Royals, stealing the ball. That's better.
And that's a very good ball down the line as well. Cutting infield away from the defender into the circle. Had to lay it back out. There was no way through. Manpreet again. Pass comes to thrown high that time. Van Oost. And the aerial pass just hasn't really worked for them tonight.
It hasn't, not when they've tried to find the highest player. The accuracy has just been less than what you would expect.
That will be Vishnukant's ball. Both players again moving under the ball. Comes square, Nilam Kes. Vishnukant is down the line. Kes is thinking about it, then he decided to try and smash it towards the circle. Sukhjit got a touch and will now get the obstruction off Vishnukant. Just being told to move the ball back.
Bocard, they're playing it back to Grambush. Really strong back four.
Well, Bone has stolen it. Back to Bone it goes. Top of the circle. Here's danger. Oh, Tom Bone! Well, he's been kept quiet all night and he looked so frustrated. But now he's got a royal flush. And look at the determination. They are on level terms, courtesy of Tom Bone. He stole it, he finished it.
The sound of that ball as it hit the backboard, ricochet through this entire stadium. Look at him playing the ball, Lane giving it back to him, a back foot reverse shot, and that's pure power. You can see here his weight is going away from him, but that connection, there is no way that that's going to be stopped by Carr in goal.
What a strike, and just his determination and his expression after he scored. And you were saying he's a poker player. Well, he really... Oh, they've stolen it again. Great chance now. Sharp plays it out to Mandeep. Mandeep looks to play it back in. Great covering defence, though. Jugraj gets back, steals it, takes it out wide. Hits the turf, claiming he was fouled. I just felt Jugraj maybe was not that touched. Oh, it was a soft touch.
Yeah, for me, he's made a meal of that. There's really a foul in that. You can see there was contact, but it was the jump up in the air afterwards that I think was a bit much for me.
Yeah, we don't want that in hockey. But I also think Jugraj was, to be fair, trying to just slow the tempo down, because the Royals, previous to the goal and post the goal, really were beginning to dictate the pace as Afan Youssef brings it down. Stolen away again. Now they're stealing a knot now. Boone just dispossessed. Brilliant tackle. Willems nearly taken off him, and Bone again steals it back for the Royals. What a final quarter he's having, and well, Willems deliberately trying to stop Bone playing on.
It's getting a little bit spicy now. 5 minutes left, and you can really feel the pressure increasing in the stadium.
Brought down well by the Royals and Lachlan Sharp. He played it back to Van Oost. Howard now. There's still 4.5 minutes left. Van Oost took on Afan Youssef and got the better of him. Try to play it to the baseline. He's got a free hit off Tommy Willems. Lets it run in about a metre further than the free hit was. Oh my word, and Mandeep has got the goal! Would you believe it? Van Oost played it in quickly. It went straight to Mandeep. We're going to get an umpire's referral though. Was the ball stopped?
Raghu, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
I wanted a goal. Can you check, is there any back stick by the attacker?
Okay, I'll check any backstreet by the attacker.
To me, the question was whether the free hit was stopped cleanly before it was taken.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there, and we'll just see what the connection is. It's really tricky as it comes through. It's not the cleanest strike. There was a resounding thump as it hit the backboard, and their entire team celebrated, as you would. You've come back from a 1-goal deficit, and you could potentially be leading. It's a back foot shot that does open up the backside of the stick occasionally, but from that angle, difficult to change decision.
Joshi, there is no clear reason to change your decision. It's a goal. It's a goal.
Raghu Prasad, I think, got it right. I thought it was a goal. Surely the Tigers aren't facing 3 defeats in a row, the defending champions. They're complaining now. Okay, so now they're referring what we thought.
What about the 5 meters prior to that trade?
He doesn't stop the ball. That's what he's saying. I don't think he did. I also think he took it slightly ahead of where the free hit was.
Can you check if the ball has started correctly and the defender is 5 meters?
Now we need to go back before there. It's got to be where the free hit is taken and whether the ball was stopped. So there's the foul from Willems. Now the ball comes on. Does he stop this? And does he run the 5? He certainly runs 5.
You can see him put his stick over the ball. He's making the attempt to stop the ball. Doesn't stop it perfectly, but there is definitely an attempt there. You'll see, put his stick over the ball to stop it. Yes, it's still rolling forward. This is going to be really tough to call.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not Raghu
Joshi,
Prasad.
Yes.
No clear reason to change your decision. It's a goal.
Well, the goal stands. Mandeep gives us a little smile. And we said he may well be the man that could turn this game. Nice touch and a good finish in the end. But Van Oost, great awareness. What a pass by him. So now it's the Tigers. Can they find a way back to avoid their 3rd defeat in a row? Ruhr. 4 minutes left, which in hockey terms is a long time.
It really is, and the Tigers have pulled their goalkeeper, so they now have 11 players out on pitch, giving them the 1-player advantage.
So, yep, Jamie Carr is back on the bench. Bochard, was he obstructed? Play on was the call from the umpire. And the umpires have to be on their mettle too. Abhishek. And it's stolen away from him. Fairly, says the umpire. Abhishek not happy. There is Jamie Carr on the sideline. Jamie Carr, the man who was born in Pet, Spain, but plays for Ireland. So Ruhr now over on the left-hand side. Takes a touch. Flicks it again out onto the right-hand side, but straight down the throat of Lachlan Sharp. Over the top, they try to find Sharp again, and they did well. Sharp ran into space and got it under control, and he's taking a roll now. There was a foul, I think, coming from Jugraj.
Lachlan Sharp here running, protecting the ball with his left-hand side. Yeah, it's a jab tackle offence. And they're just completely taking out Lachlan Sharp.
That's incredible. Tigers have dominated this match for so long, and now Sharp inside the circle. Good tackle, still alive. Mandeep again, surely not. And he put it wide.
It's a tighter angle, and it was only getting tighter and tighter again. Mandeep He gets this ball, thinks about taking it on his strong side, reverse, but that was off target by the near post.
Well, we were in the replay, but a brilliant takedown from an aerial pass from Manpreet on his reverse stick. They're in the D again, chipping it towards goal, and they've sealed the victory now. The new boy, Lachlan Sharp, opens his account for the Ranchi Royals, although we've got an umpire referral.
There go. There go.
Yes, Joshi, go ahead. Go ahead, Joshi.
Wait. Can you check, is there any backstick by the attacker?
Okay, looking for a backstick by the attacker.
Yeah, for me, I did wonder this. The pickup from Lachlan Sharp, fine there, but just the trajectory of the ball, I think this is wise to check. It almost looks like it's squeezed into the turf, as if it was bounced by the back stick hitting.
Yeah, it's come off the edge, I think, clearly.
Yeah, this would be a really good angle to see.
Any director?
I can't hear him.
So Lachlan Sharp waits for the outcome. We're probably getting a little bit closer to that than we do.
Yeah, I can't see any clear reason to change the decision here, and also both teams have set up on the halfway line, as we can see. So although Granbush has the ball at the top of the D, I think this is a goal.
Can you hear me? There's no clear reason to change your decision. It's a goal.
So Lachlan Sharp in as a replacement for Mustafa Kasim, scores on his debut for the Ranchi Royals and may well have secured their first 3 points of the Hero Hockey India League 2026. He also may have avoided us heading into a shootout. Because it's going to be very hard now, you feel, for the Tigers to get 2 in under 2 minutes.
Yeah, you can never say never, but I do agree with you. I think the Tigers have a bit of a losing battle here. You can also tell Granbush, he wants to take this ball quicker, which means they're going to have to force it.
Ball by Arajit.
Yeah, this goal again to give the Ranchi Royals a 3-1 lead currently. Goal scorer Lachlan Sharp, and I do love these celebrations.
It's another free hit to the Royals, and suddenly they're not in such an urgent hurry to get on with things. Tom Bone carries it forward. The locals gave him a real cheer as he took that. He's helped it down the line to Lachlan Sharp. Jaskarant just off him. Sharp happy to just take it in the corner. Bone now, lovely 3D skills. Took him past 2 players. Tom Bone. Oh, he's got a second and a 4th for the Royals, and the locals are going to love that one.
Tom Bone, he was there when his team needed him to level the game, and he's there to showcase his skill. Wonderful advantage for me played by Deepak Joshi here. There were lots of tackles and then just nudging the ball home. That diving, really brave shot from him as well.
And look at the bench celebrate. They are very, very happy. The relief, I think, is greater than anything else, that finally they're going to record their first win and they're back in this tournament.
This team has now come alive. Their ball pace wasn't particularly high, their accuracy, and they weren't connecting. There was no off-ball movement. What a difference a couple of goals can make.
Tom Bone as well has been a goal-a-game Bone. He now has 5 to his name. Tigers coming forward, that's thrown out of play. And Harendra Singh, there was a bit of a smile on his face. I think a huge sigh of relief from him, I would think.
Harendra Singh, he believes in his team, and they have shown him that they believe in his tactics as well.
Well, down the line it goes once more. The Royals want more. They've still got no goalkeeper out there, which I find a bit strange because it could come down to goal difference later in the competition. But maybe Valentin Altenberg is thinking, well, let's just try it now and see how we cope. We're going up for another video referral.
Show in the back. Raghu. They are asking for a body push by the defender on the attacker inside the 23 meter.
Okay, I'll have a look.
See Sam Lane here on the ball, working really hard. And they're saying this is an intentional push on him to get the ball. It was an intentional push in the attacking 25, but outside the D, it can be upgraded to a penalty corner.
Joshi?
Yes, Raghu.
There is no clear reason to change your decision. It's a 16 and Royals lose their referee.
So it's a 16.
Yep.
Yeah. 16 guys. On my whistle.
Well, the Royals were setting up for a penalty corner. That's how confident they were. Or maybe they were just playing a little bluff there with Raghu Prasad. But the hooter has sounded now, and that's the end of the match. And so the Ranchi Bengal Tigers have gone down for the third game in a row. But smiles all around for the Ranchi Royals as they register their first win, responding to a brilliant goal from Ketan that gave the Tigers the lead. And we've seen 2 goals to Tom Bone, 1 to Mandeep and 1 to Lachlan Shah. And Harendra Singh comes out to shake hands with the officials. And a hug with Mandeep, who he's been involved with for so long, with the Junior World Cup team and also with Ranchi when they won the Hero Hockey India League. He's got a SG Piper's hat on, but he's happy, obviously, that the Royals have won.
He's here for the love of the game, I think. Captain Tom Bone there. He was so important in tonight's game.
The final score here, Ranchi Royals 4, Ranchi Bengal Tigers 1.
हम आउटकम के बारे में नहीं सोच रहे, बट हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी यही होगी कि हम अपनी एक अच्छी हॉकी खेलें और जैसे हम पहले 2 के मैचेस हम खेल रहे थे, हम वैसा ही खेलें तो काफ़ी अच्छा होगा हमारे लिए.
We probably haven't been the best team in stats, but we've taken our chances. We've capitalised on that. I'm sure all the teams do, but we've also got a really good culture, so we know everyone's going to fight for each other and support each other on the field. The Lancers are especially a good team. I think it's whoever turns up on the day must have paired, and we know we'll give it a good fight either way, so I'm sure it'll be an exciting game.
जो बेल्जियम टीम का फ्री मैन खेलता है आर्थर वैन डोरन, ही इज़ वन ऑफ द बेस्ट एथलीट्स इन द वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ, तो वो काफ़ी अच्छा उनका है. तो हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अवॉइड करेंगे कि हम उसको अवॉइड करें और साइड से अटैक करें. जो भी हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी होगी हम उसके ऊपर ध्यान दें और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ये है कि हम पहले फर्स्ट गोल करें.
रांची में जब भी खेलते हैं और अलग ही मज़ा आता है, क्योंकि रांची में जो क्राउड होता है और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि होम क्राउड है हमारा ये. बहुत अच्छा लगता है खेलना और अच्छी मोटिवेशन मिलती है यहाँ से. देखा जाए लास्ट हमने 2 मैच अच्छे खेले हैं, 2-1 और देन 2-0 की लीड के साथ भी खेले थे हैदराबाद के साथ, स्टिल 3-2 लूज किए हैं. पर सिर्फ अच्छा हमारा अगर देखा जाए टीम बॉन्डिंग अच्छी है और बिल्कुल अभी रांची में आए हैं और जो हमने मिस्टेक्स किए हैं उसके ऊपर हमने वर्क किया है और अभी आने वाले जो मैचेस में हम अच्छा करेंगे.
Well, it looked as if it was going to be a Ranchi Bengal Tigers victory going into the last quarter, but 4 goals to the Ranchi Royals has seen them run over the top of them and come out 4-1 victors to get their first points of the Hero Hockey India League. We're going to go down pitch side now for the Player of the Match presentation.
From 1 goal down to a 3-goal lead, that was an incredible comeback by the Ranchi Royals to seal their first win of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony for the Hero Hockey India League 2026 match between Ranchi Royals and Ranchi Bengal Tigers. Hero Hockey India League would like to take this opportunity to thank their partners, title sponsor Hero Motocorp, broadcast partner DD Sports, streaming partner Waves, official hydration partner Bisleri, medical partner Apollo Hospitals. Thank you for your support. Please welcome our dignitary to present the Hero Vida Electric Player of the Match Award, Shri Ampa Maji. And the award for the Hero Vida Electric Player of the Match goes to Sam Lane from Ranchi Royals. He was tireless in the midfield today and exceptional with his link-up play and added to his team victory. Sam, firstly, what a way to get your first win of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible to play in Ranchi in front of our home crowd, and being 1 goal down to then 4-1, when you got players like Manpreet Singh, Tom Boone, they really change matches. So it's a really cool performance, and yeah, onwards and upwards from here.
Yeah. What changed tactically in the 4th quarter for you guys to make a comeback like this?
I feel like we had a really good attack throughout the whole game, and then the last quarter we probably just gave 1 or 2 more passes, and players took the game on a little bit more. And yeah, I mean, we can't be more happy about it.
Yeah, the home crowd is happy as well. Thank you so much for talking to us, and enjoy your first win.
Thank you.
Well, that was your player of the match, Sam Lane, and that sums up the post-match presentation ceremony.
So Sam Lane takes out the Player of the Match award, and the final score, Ranchi Royals 4, Ranchi Bengal Tigers 1. First win for the Royals, 3rd defeat in a row for the Tigers. Take a look now at the highlights from the match. Well, it was the Tigers who came out firing at the beginning. They won a penalty corner, but mistrapped at the top of the circle and tried to get it back in there. Then at the other end, it was again a flick, but it went wide of the mark. This was great play by Sukhjit down on the baseline. Laid it back to Ketan, and a wonderful strike by him, the youngest player in the Hero Hockey India League, scoring his first ever goal. And that was a great touch by him. And it was 1-0 to the Tigers, and it looked as if it might be more than that. Penalty corner again, but good defence. Manpreet running superbly throughout the match. Abhishek then got the ball in, and Afan Yusuf nearly pounced and doubled their lead. And this was the great play in the final quarter, stolen by Tom Bone. Link play with Sam Lane, and a wonderful strike, top of the circle by Bone to pull them level. And I think that's all they maybe thought they were going to get at the time, a draw and take us into a shootout, because that was the 54th minute. But then this was great play by Van Oost wide. It was referred, did he stop it? The umpires were happy. Came to Mandeep, and a wonderful finish at the near post by Mandeep Singh. And that gave the Royals the lead with 4 minutes remaining on the clock. They pulled the goalkeeper, the Tigers, and it was a good ball played forward by Arijit Hundal to Lachlan Sharp, who buried it into the empty net. That was his first goal in his first game for the Royals. And then just to wrap things up, Tom Bone ran in from the left-hand side, beat 3, possibly 4 defenders, and falling over, just buried it into the back of the goal. That makes 5 goals for Tom Bone, and a very happy team. We'll take a look at the stats now from that game, and in the end, if you look, Royals had more circle penetrations. They also ended up with more shots on goal, although I think Tigers actually had a lot more than 5 shots. 6 penalty corners to the Tigers, but they couldn't convert 1. and so it was tough night for them. Royals victorious by 4-1. How does that change the league table? Well, there you go. The Royals jump up now into 5th spot, and the Tigers drop down to 6th because of their goal difference now in -5 territory. 3 points. Still hope for those teams, though, to crash into the top 4, but they're going to have to be getting some wins. Pipers and Surma rock bottom down their bottom of the ladder, and the Lancers sitting top with HILGC and the Dragons in 2nd place. Well, here are the top goal scorers at the moment. Kane Russell still holding that position, but look at Tom Bone, who's closed in to just 1 goal. Alexander Henriks, a goal for him tonight, sees him jump up to 4, level with Amandeep Lakra, and they are the leading scorers at the moment. Well, we've got 2 games coming your way again tomorrow, so make sure you tune in. First up will be the SG Pipers taking on the Hyderabad Tufans. That's at 4:30, and then HILGC are back in action as they take on the Accord Tamil Nadu Dragons. We thank you for your company tonight, and we hope that you'll join us again tomorrow. Thank you very much, and good night.